transfer to Manchester United today.
Football predictions.
If Power Rangers nil, Ipswich Town 1.
Football predictions.
It's Peter Guest, and I'm here with the Moose for another episode of the Spanish La Liga Football Predictions.net podcast, covering matches from the 29th to the 31st of March 2025. And you can see the details for all the matches we're about to discuss in this podcast in the links in the description of the podcast, which lead you to footballpredictions.net, which also has the fixtures for just about every other football competition in the world from A to Z.
Yes, and on our website, it'll show you where to watch the games on local broadcast channels, plus video streaming services, as well as match odds from local bookmakers. Look in the description of this podcast episode for direct clickable links to all of the matches we're about to discuss. If you're streaming any matches on Bet365, geolocation and live streaming rules apply. 18 plus, gamble aware.
And we start with a couple of teams who are really struggling. Real Sociedad in 12th, taking on Real Valladolid, who are last. And this is on Saturday, the 29th of March at 1 p.m. UK time, that is. And you can find, if you click the link in the description for this match in the podcast, your local times, available broadcast streaming channels, etc. One of those is Bet365. You can stream it and watch it live there. And to qualify for that, all you need is funds in your account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. And when you join them, use the bonus code FP365. If you want to watch this on a subscription model, you can also watch it on Premier Sports and or La Liga TV. Well, Moose, like I said, they're struggling, these two, but Valladolid more than Sociedad.
Yeah, indeed, like these two teams are struggling for form, and also probably two teams, when we look at the table, that have got very little to play for. I know Valladolid, bottom of the league, should still be fighting, but they've got 11 points up now to Alaves. We haven't got an awful lot of games left in the Liga. We've got 10 games left, and of course, mathematically, Valladolid still have a chance, but when we look at their form, really, are they still in with a shout? I think not. 9 games, just 1 point, and obviously with that point average, you're not gonna all of a sudden collect enough points to survive. Last time out before the international break, Valladolid lost at home to Celta Vigo. Prior to that, away to Valencia. 2 games where we predicted the outcome, and in fact, most outcome predictions from our side has been against Valladolid, which means we have predicted 5 out of the last 6 correct. So let's look at Sociedad, because this is a team that going into this game that is also a little bit out of form, especially if you include both Copa del Rey and Europa League. I know it might be a little bit unfair, because in the Copa del Rey, it was a home defeat to Real Madrid, and in the Europa League, they did play Man United, but we all know Man United is, it sounds on paper like this great big team they used to be, but obviously this season they've really been struggling in the Premier League, and they lost that away game in the Europa League 4-1. That was probably United's biggest win of the season. In the La Liga before the break, we had a score draw against Vallecano away from home. It ended 2-2, so that's a great prediction. In the last home game, we said under 2.5 goals against Sevilla. It ended 1-0 Sevilla. But yeah, Real Sociedad, 2 wins from their last 9 games. Those 2 wins, importantly, are at home. And also, has to be said, Sociedad do tend to have a goal in them at home. They did fail to score against Sevilla, but they usually do get a few goals past their opponents, especially in the last few games where they beat Leganés 3-0 and Espanyol 2-1. But yeah, overall, 2 teams, horrible form, not really a lot to play for. Sociedad stuck mid-table, can't reach Europe, won't get relegated. Valladolid pretty much out. What do we think?
Yeah, we think there might be some goals in this one, so we've gone for a bit of a goal fest, meaning over 2.5 goals is our tip, and odds aren't bad. You can get odds of 2 for that, and but yeah, we can't look past the Sociedad win. Odds nowhere near as good for that. You get 1.33 for that to happen. And regarding the correct score, like I said, we've gone for a big goal fest. So you can feast on the goals, but we think they're all going to come from the one side, Sociedad that is, and we've gone for 4-0. And this would be nice if it came off, because your odds for a 4-0 win, exactly for the correct score, are 15. That's 14-1 in fractional. Just looking at the other odds, by the way, for this game, a draw 4.75 odds, and a Valladolid win will get you 11. So 10-1 in fractional. It's pretty high, but that's probably because it's not going to happen. We'll see. Although, having said that, on the head-to-heads for this one, the last few games have just been one goal or a draw in it. So you just never know what you're going to get sometimes, do you? But we think it's going to be a one-way traffic in this particular match. Let's move on to the next game, which is Espanyol, who are down in 15th, not doing too well, taking on the might of Atletico Madrid, who are third in the table. It's on Saturday, the 29th of March at 3:15 in the afternoon UK time. You can stream this one on Bet365 to qualify for that. All you need is funds in your account, like, €1, £1, something, or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. And when you join, use the bonus code FP365. If you like subscription models, you can watch it on Premier Sports Player or La Liga TV as well. And Moose, for this one, pretty patchy form, isn't it? Win-loss draw even for both of these clubs. It's could be anything.
Yeah, Atletico is kind of ending up in that position again where they are competitive up to a point and then they just lose out right at the end to Barca and Real Madrid. And if we do look at Atletico, they had an excellent run of form in the lead up to the winter break. They had, in fact, 7 wins in a row there. One included was a away win at Barcelona late December. They then started off after the winter break with a win against Osasuna. But then Atletico, over the last 9 games, 3 wins, 3 draws, and 3 defeats. And this is why they've stalled a little bit at the top of La Liga. Crucially, the last home game, that was against Barcelona. And if they wanted to get back into the title race, they would have had to have won that game. They lost it 4-2 at home. We predicted Barca to win, and we predicted both teams to score. So we called the result in that one. But unfortunately for Atletico, it means they're probably out of the title race, and they're also out of the Champions League after that defeat to Real Madrid on penalties. So yeah, two not so great weeks for Atletico there, or a week of really bad results going against them. 2 defeats in a row now in the Liga, because their last away game they lost it 2-1 at Getafe. So that was a bit surprising. They really need to pick themselves up if they want to try and challenge for the title. I think they're out of it after that loss or that home defeat to Barca. It's going to be very, very tricky. So now they'll be looking at just concealing that Champions League spot over Bilbao, which they most likely will do. But yeah, if we look at Espanyol, the home team, challenging Atletico in this game now, Espanyol is right back in the relegation, with a relegation threat here, because they lost last time out at Mallorca. We predicted that, and both teams to score in the 2-1 Mallorca. But Espanyol, even though they sit 15th, they're just 1 point above the drop. You got Valencia there on 28th, Alaves 27th, Leganés 27th, and Las Palmas 25. And then you got Espanyol there on 28. So that's just 3 points difference between 5 teams, with 2 of them getting relegated. So any point counts for Espanyol. And if we look at their form, it's not that great. But for a team down there, it's they've definitely done better this half of the season. They just got 2 defeats since the winter break, and at home they're unbeaten in 8 games now. So a solid home form. Not a lot of goals though, and a lot of draws. So it's a tricky one to predict. But yeah, Espanyol, if we do look at them, they scored in the last 6 home games, but they are up against an Atletico side here who desperately wants to still try and challenge for the title.
Yeah. And Espanyol, it's got to be said, they can come up with the odd giant killing, can't they? Especially at home. They beat Real Madrid 1-0 on the 1st of February. So we need to keep these things in mind. But I think the key thing is they do tend to score, don't they? When's the last time they didn't score? I can't remember. So, but yeah, we're not sure if they'll win. So we've gone for a both teams to score tip in this one. And you can get pretty good odds, I think, 2.1. That's not odds on. So both teams to score. And the interesting part is that Espanyol haven't won against Atletico Madrid in the last 7 matches in the league. I don't think that's going to happen here either. We've gone for an Atletico Madrid win. 1.62 are the odds you can get for that. So yeah, the odds on to actually have the away win. We've gone for a correct score prediction of Espanyol 1, Atletico Madrid 2, and the odds you can get for that are 8.5. See how that goes. But looking at the other odds, Espanyol are out at 6 at the moment to win, and a draw 3.75. 3.75 for a draw. Not too shabby, I don't think. That maybe worth having a think about as well. But that's not our tip. Yeah, we've got both teams to score with an Atletico Madrid win. Let's crack on with the next one, which is Alaves in 17th, taking on Rayo Vallecano in 9th. It's at 5:30. Yeah, that's in the afternoon, UK time on Saturday, 29th of March. Look in the description of the podcast and you'll find a link to this match where you can see your localized betting odds, kickoff time, and broadcast streaming options to you in your area. You can watch this one on Bet365. You can stream it to qualify for that. All you need is any funds in your account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. Sign up with that bonus code FP365 for subscription models. It's also available on Premier Sports and La Liga TV. Now, could be quite an interesting game, this one. Again, a couple of teams with really patchy form.
Yes, it's not looking good for Alaves, but Alaves at least is giving it a bit of a fight. Like we said as well with Espanyol, they are right in that relegation fight, and they're just above the drop right now, but only on goal difference. They got -10. Leganés got -17, both on 27 points going into this game against Vallecano. But Alaves just 1 defeat from the last 5. That was against Espanyol, but a team that he didn't want to lose to. But anyway, that was the scoreline of that game. Away from home, 3 draws at Las Palmas, Mallorca, and Leganés. And then their last home game against Villarreal ended in a 1-0 win. Now, when we do talk Alaves, and when we talk Alaves at home, we do have to bear in mind that it's not very entertaining for the home fans. If we do look at their last 8 home games, neither the home team, so as in Alaves, or the away team has scored more than 1 goal. And in fact, Alaves has only scored 5 goals in those 8, and then they conceded 6. So, really low scoring results, which are either Alaves winning 1-0, 1-1 draws, or 1-0 away wins, which might be a little bit of a clue to what we think in this one. But if we do just quickly cover Vallecano, because Vallecano was actually on a really good trajectory in La Liga up until beginning of February. They were unbeaten in 9. They had 5 wins, 4 draws. But then they went to Barcelona and lost at home to Villarreal. And in fact, they now haven't won in the last 5 matches. We're judging them a little bit harshly because the 3 defeats over those 5 was Barcelona, Villarreal, and away to Real Madrid in their most recent away game. And guess what? In that away game, we said Real Madrid was going to beat Vallecano 2-1. And that was also the correct score. They beat them 2-1 in that game. And last time out, Vallecano at home, score draw against Sociedad into 2-2. So yeah, we looked good on the predictions for Vallecano and on the goals market for Alaves. Bear in mind that this is a low-scoring team when we do have them as the home team.
Yeah, and we know that they did go over the 2.5 goals average in the last couple of games, Vallecano that is, but one of those was against Real Madrid, and we predicted that 2-1, which is exactly what happened, and the other one was a draw, which we predicted a draw as well, so yep. I think we're doing okay. By the way, the game before that, the Vallecano versus Villarreal game, we predicted 1-0, it was 1-0, so away. So very good pickings on Vallecano so far, and let's hope that continues, because we have gone for an under 2.5 goals tip for this one as well. 1.44 are the odds you can get for that, so not brilliant, but that's our tip, which we think you get the probably most likely thing to happen. As a prediction, though, we've gone for Alaves to win, and the odds there are 2.25. It looks like it could be pretty close, could go either way, but that's who we've decided will get the win, the home side, with a correct score prediction of 1-0. And the correct score prediction odds for that are 6 or 5 to 1 in fractional. Other odds for this game, just so you know, at the moment, just looking at the best odds that we have on our site, Alave is 2.25, a draw 3, and Vallecano to win 3.75. So it's all looking a bit tight, isn't it? No one really wants to commit too much with the bookies, but yeah, the home side are the favourites by a small margin, even though they're in 17th. Right, let's move on to glamour side. Real Madrid, who are second in the table, taking on Leganés, who are 18th. And it's on Saturday, the 29th of March. It's 8 p.m. in the UK. And click the link in the description of this podcast to be able to see all the betting odds and your local kickoff time and your local broadcast streaming options to you. You can watch it in most places on Bet365 to stream that. To qualify, all you need is just any funds in your account, really, or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours. Sign up with the bonus code FP365 when you do join them. If you want to pay for a subscription, you can also watch it on Premier Sports Player. And Real Madrid, they're back after, in fact, say their last actual loss was against Betis, wasn't it? The 2-1 defeat on the 1st of March. But since then, they've been going along okay, whereas Leganés, not so much.
No, exactly. Like Real Madrid, still very much in the title race. Of course, we got 10 games left in La Liga. They are 3 points off Barcelona, who are top at the moment, although their goal difference is significantly worse. Barcelona with a goal difference of 51, Real Madrid on 32. So Real Madrid would have to edge Barcelona there on points. But yeah, Real Madrid, and let's just take our predictions first, especially the La Liga ones, because we predicted the last two on the correct score.
Yeah.
At Villarreal, we had Real Madrid to win 2-1, and we also had Real Madrid to win 2-1 at home to Vallecano, and those were in fact the correct scores for those two games. So yeah, been looking good there. Obviously in the Champions League, he did have a defeat at Atletico, but obviously overall they still went through. But if we do look at Real Madrid and their most recent form in La Liga, it's not as strong as we may think. Like if we look over the last 7 matches, they've won 3, drawn 2, and lost 2. Now those 2 defeats were away from home. It was at Espanyol and at Betis, and the draws were against Osasuna and at home to Atletico Madrid. But again, when we do talk Real, I mean, let's just look at their home form, because at home they are nearly unbeatable. The only team that's beaten them this season was Barcelona. They beat them 4-0. But apart from that, pretty much any other team that is coming to the Bernabeu is in for for beating. Atletico did get a 1-1 draw there, but apart from that, any other team below Atletico and Barcelona in the Liga is conceding at least 2 goals when they visit the Bernabeu. So that's from the other 11 home matches that Real Madrid has played. And they're playing a Leganés team here. Wow, that is right in it in the relegation zone. We've covered quite a few of the teams down there in these featured games. We had Espanyol, we had Alaves, and now Leganés in 18th, just below Alaves because of goal difference. So they want to limit the damage here at Real Madrid if they can. But yeah, Leganés, unfortunately, away from home, has picked up only 1 win all season. It has to be said, though, that win was at Barcelona. Would you believe it or not? So, of all teams, Leganés managed to pick up a win at Barcelona. But the last 3 away matches now, they've lost quite convincingly. They lost 2-1 at Celta Vigo. We predicted the outcome of that. We also predicted Sociedad to beat Leganés. We had 3-0 in that game. And at Valencia, 2-0 Valencia. And Valencia was one of the fellow strugglers. Yeah. So since the Christmas break, no wins away from home. They're scoring very few goals away from home. Just 1 game all season, Leganés has managed to score more than 1 goal away from home. And they most likely won't score more at Real.
Yeah, and of course, we're always looking in our tip for the best value for the bets.
Yeah.
And as you've just mentioned here, Leganés are involved in a lot of goal-scoring matches. I mean, they're not always coming from them, but we've seen 20 goals in the last 6 matches that Leganés have been involved in. That's 3.3 goals on average per clash. The opponents have got 13 of those, so they're likely to be outscored, but they do score. And Real Madrid usually concede. They've conceded in 5 out of their last 6 games. 6 goals have been scored in those 6 games. So and that's a good average to go by on this one. So we've gone for both teams to score prediction. 2.05 are the odds you can get for that. So I think that's pretty good value, because if you did go for the more obvious Real Madrid to win, you'd only get odds of 1.14, which is what we also predict is the Real Madrid win, of course. So going to the correct score prediction, we think it'll be pretty comprehensive for the home side, but Leganés will get the goal back. 3-1 is what we've gone for the correct score, and the odds for an exact score of that are 11, which is okay. Just looking at the other odds for this game, 1.15, as I said, for a Real Madrid win, 8.5 for a draw. That's pretty huge. That'd be worth considering. But if you really wanted to be a bit outlandish and thought a Leganés win, you get odds of 18 or 17 to 1 in fractional. So they're the best bets that can be secured at the moment. Let's see how it goes. Moving on to our summary matches now. Getafe are in 11th, and they're taking on 5th placed Villarreal. It's on Sunday the 30th of March at 1 p.m. UK time, that is. And you can stream it on Bet365 to qualify for that. All you need is funds in your account, anything, or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours with them. And when you do join them, if you're not with them already, use the bonus code FP365. And if you want to stream it and watch it under a subscription model, it's also on La Liga TV and Premier Sports 2. Now, for this one, we think it's going to be a low scorer, and you get a lot of that, actually, with Villarreal. We've gone for a correct score prediction of Getafe 0, Villarreal 1, and an under 2.5 goals tip.
Yeah, moving on to Barcelona, top of La Liga against Girona in 13th. This game kicks off Sunday, 30th of March at 3:15 UK time. For this game, again, go football predictions, and you can check your local kickoff time, betting odds, team news, and available viewing options, one of them being Bet365. In order to qualify for that, all you need is a funded account or to have placed a bet in the last 24 hours and sign up with that bonus code FP365. Now for this game, we are going with a both teams to score prediction, a home win of 3-1. So that's 3-1 on the correct score to Barcelona.
Moving on to Athletic Bilbao, who are 4th in the table, taking on Osasuna, who are 14th. And it's on Sunday the 30th of March, 5:30 UK time in the evening, kick-off. And you can stream this one on Bet365 again. To qualify for that, you just need any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. And when you do join them, if you've not joined them already, use that bonus code FP365. You can stream it also on Premier Sports Player, La Liga TV, and Premier Sports 2 if you want to pay for a subscription. Now, for this one, we think it'll be a fairly comprehensive home win. We've gone for an under 2.5 goals tip, though, and we've gone for a correct score prediction of Athletic Bilbao 2, Osasuna 0.
Yeah, and then we got Valencia in 16th, so takes on Mallorca in 7th. This game kicks off Sunday, 30th of March at 5:30 UK time. And if you do go footballpredictions.net you can check the local kickoff time, betting odds, team news, and local broadcast streaming options available. Now, one of them, again, being Bet365. In order to qualify for that, all you need is to have a funded account or place the bet in the last 24 hours. And when you sign up, please use FP365. Now, for this game, we are going with both teams to score as our main prediction. A Valencia win, so that's a home win, and a correct score 2-1 Valencia.
Yep, and the next one we've got for you is Real Betis, who are 6th in the table, and they are taking on Sevilla, who are 10th, and it's on Sunday the 30th of March, 8 p.m. in the evening UK time kickoff. You can stream it on Bet365 to qualify for that. You just need any funds in your account or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. Use the bonus code FP365, of course, when you sign up. You can stream it as well, live on Premier Sports 2 or La Liga TV if you want to pay for a subscription. Now, Real Betis has been doing really well lately. We think that'll continue. We've gone, though, for both teams to score tip, but our prediction for the score is a Real Betis 2, Sevilla 1.
Yeah, and finally, a Monday night, 31st of March at 8 o'clock UK time, we've got Celta Vigo in 8th, takes on Las Palmas in 19th. And for this game, we are going with an under 2.5 goal prediction. A home win for Celta Vigo, in-form Celta Vigo, a home win of 2-0.
Again, on that game, live streaming is available on Bet365. Just use that bonus code FP365 during the sign-up process. To qualify to watch that streaming, all you need is funds, anything in your account, or to have placed a bet with them in the last 24 hours. Geolocation and live streaming rules apply. Full details are available on the Bet365 website. 18 plus, gamble aware.
Yeah, and in the description area of this podcast, you'll see links to all the matches we've just been discussing, or simply visit footballpredictions.net. That way you can find the online places to watch the games from your location via streaming and TV channels, our predictions for different betting markets, as well as team news and the latest offers and odds.
You may also know that we produce football podcasts across several competitions, as well as this one, and you can hear them at podcast.footballpredictions.net, or of course, where you usually access your podcast from, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, and all that. That's it. Well, thank you for joining us. And until the next time, it is
Adios.
Adios, amigo.
A football prediction.